What's up, world? It's your boy BalqueMozes back again with another episode of Just Two G's Talking. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2R1. I got my man 60 Cal next to me. What's up, my guy?
What's up,
The Latin lover, the light-skinned brown bomber, the heavy hitter, the Detroit Tiger.
D-Town.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got my Cleveland shirt on, bro.
No, dude,
you know how to
man.
represent since you was in
I'm
Detroit.
at to bring a Lion jersey out here, man.
Bring it in, man. You know, we going to the Super Bowl, man. Yeah. I don't know. I
We
say that every year.
Yeah, we got a greater chance.
Hey, man, that's
I
cold.
don't know, man. Y'all got an early draft
That's
pick, man.
cold.
Y'all might do something, man.
Yeah, I think we got the second round, man. I never pay attention to that
Yeah,
stuff.
man.
'Cause
Y'all might.
I always get hyped up every year, and then
Yeah, I've been there.
then we draft somebody that got all that money and then gets hurt, and
Yeah.
you know, I don't know.
But y'all retained your boy, man. He came back.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, man. I feel you, bro.
We got Myles Garrett. We got to
Yeah, you
keep
got
him.
your boy back, man.
Yeah,
So
he got a lot of money though. I would get a lot of money too if we go. Look, if I'm not getting a Super Bowl ring, I'm gonna get
at
paid.
least I'm gonna be.
I'm gonna get paid to lose. I'm like, I told my grandmother that. I was like, yeah, we got Myles Garrett. I said he had to get that money though to stay. I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
might
It
not
is
get
what
that
it
ring.
is. What's up with you, man?
Man, I'm good, man.
Yeah,
Dude, it's
man.
been a crazy week, man.
Yeah, I know, man. How you feel about that last episode?
Man, let me tell you something.
All
man.
right.
First of all,
Yeah.
I want to shout out to everybody, man.
Yeah.
Who,
Shout
and
out to everybody.
all the wonderful comments
Yeah.
and the likes on the video
Yeah.
and even the phone calls, and you know
Wow.
who called us. You know,
Yeah,
all y'all, I
yeah.
just want to give y'all a shout out, man. All the
Man.
love y'all showed us, and I'm just glad it together we put that
Yeah.
man,
Oh,
and
my
it just
gosh.
touched people, man.
It did, bro.
Because I mean, what people don't know, man,
Yeah.
is everybody kept asking me,
Yeah.
we don't rehearse.
No, man, we don't rehearse.
I didn't even know what he was going to talk about. We just got in here
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
flowed.
Just flow, man.
And it ended up being, it came across like you
Yeah.
you was hoping for.
Yeah.
It came across as
Yeah.
as
You
genuine.
killed it. You killed it, man.
Genuine. No, man, this is
Yeah, he was just
a team.
talking now. He was like, man, I got to know what's going on. I've never just came into a room and not had a plan. I was like, nah, man, the plan is that you're in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, dude, I'm used to walking in prepared.
Yeah, yeah.
And but yeah, it's
Yeah.
new, but it's also exciting.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
cool.
I got this anticipation
Yeah.
of what's coming. And,
Yeah. That's
and,
dope.
And then you just know you gotta trust
Yeah, that's it, man.
and
Trust.
unknown, man. So
Look, I trust you. You
yeah,
trust
I
me.
trust you.
We trust the room and we trust
Yeah.
that guy up there, man.
Upstairs,
And,
baby.
yeah, and then it just flows, man.
Yeah.
I guess I never thought about it not being scripted. You know, I think that's what makes it authentic, and that's what I wanted from the pod. That's what we want. I think it's just we're two G's talking, like Miss Sandy says. Shout out to Miss Sandy. She said we just two guys talking, just doing our thing, and that's what it's about.
Come on.
Yeah, because we're just keeping it real. And
Yeah.
just
Great
two
week, man.
G's.
Great
Great
week.
fathers, grandfathers, husbands, dads. We're men, regular men, trying to figure it out in life, even though we got a little bit of gray hair, but mine is platinum. You know, mine's platinum. You ain't got no
Is it-
gray, man.
I got great, man. It's just
Man, nah,
you just
man.
don't see it right.
I need to give you some of that. We could swap out. You swap out, man. Let me get some of that black, man. I was trying to Beijing that thing, but they said I was looking like Steve Harvey, man. They said, man, it's like this guy got a helmet on. My pillow was all black, man. I had tear drips all on my pillowcases. My wife was killing me. Oh my gosh.
You just rolling,
Yeah, just rolling.
rolling down your face.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
that's
looking like a clown from the hood in the morning. Just
Steve Harvey.
oh my gosh, man. It's
Y'all
cra-
both from Ohio, right?
Yeah, man. It's Ohio, man. There's a lot of people from
Dude,
Ohio.
man, tell you, man, it's
What about
funny.
Detroit? Go ahead.
Oh, it's like, it's some people.
It's a lot-
But I always
so-
wonder, man,
Yeah.
the people from Ohio, do they get away and don't represent some of them? Because, some
I
people
know.
like, man, I'm from Cleveland.
Yeah.
Or I'm from, but I guess if you're not from Cleveland, if you're from Cincinnati or
Yeah.
Akron, you go, I'm from, I don't want to talk about Akron.
Yeah. You know what? I never thought about that, though.
You don't want to say I'm from Ohio.
Yeah.
So if you're not
Yeah.
from like some place that's got a little respect,
Yeah.
I guess you just forget it.
Yeah, I say Cleveland. I don't know. I never hear anybody go, yeah, I'm from Canton. I hear Cincinnati. I hear
Yeah,
a little
I
bit.
hear a little Cincinnati,
that's-
man.
They call it natty. I hear a little natty.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear Natty, but yeah, from Cleveland. What? Steve Harvey, Arsenio.
Yeah.
What's up, Arsenio? Shout out to my cousin.
Shout out, man.
Yeah,
Shout out,
man. Cleveland.
Man,
I think
respect.
Drew Carey's from Cleveland.
Drew Carey?
Yeah. The Daz Band, I think, is from Cleveland. Or Ohio. Roger Troutman and them. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're from
See,
yeah.
There's some people that's representing, man. They reach out.
There's some Ohio
I've
ones
heard
out
Arsenio say Cleveland.
there. Yeah. Ohio players, I think that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
They'd be other players if they wasn't from.
Yeah. They'd be Ohio pimps.
Were they from Cleveland? They could have changed it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Not just in Cleveland. No. Shout out. Don't come sending me nothing from Cleveland. I much love to Cleveland.
Oh man. Hey, I love you, Cleveland. I'm
Much
trying to
love,
get back
man.
up there, man. I'm putting y'all on the map
Much
too,
love.
man. I'm trying to follow my cousin's footsteps, man. Steve Harvey, all of them. Drew Carey. Who else? I don't know. Who else is from Cleveland, man? That's a lot of people.
A lot of people, man.
Man, who do you think got the better pimps, Detroit or Cleveland?
D-Town, baby. Come on.
Whatever.
We hold the ball.
Oh.
The players'
do you?
ball is in Detroit, man.
Okay, dang.
Shoot,
I was
man.
gonna try to take that one, but I guess I can't. I ain't know.
I know he's trying to run us out, man. Downtown, Detroit. They trying to clean it up.
Really?
The East Side used to be like,
Oh my gosh.
all the pimps and players. They trying to
Yeah.
run.
Dang,
But
man.
you still got them.
Wow, man.
Them OGs still walking the street with the long coats and the and the Cadillacs.
Yeah.
sitting. Yeah. You
I
still
wonder if
got
pimps got health insurance. I'm like, do hoes pay copays? Oh my gosh, man. Oh man, this guy's wild.
No,
I love 60
I
Cal,
don't know.
man. You funny.
They probably just going to if you're a real G,
Yeah.
you just buy a clinic.
Yeah.
And say you give it back to the community.
I wonder how what's the name of that clinic gonna be? Don Juan Episcopalian Medicinal Sinai Hospital.
Shoot,
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, that's hilarious, man. Yeah, man, you did a good job last week, man.
Oh
You
man,
killed
thanks,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you killed
man.
it. It really touched a lot of people. That podcast was probably the second one that's just like that's the one and the longest that I can remember that just hit a lot of people and was just like, wow, man.
Wow, that
Just
means
wow,
a lot, man.
And it hit me, man. I thought about it all week, man. One thing that really touched me, man, is just the fact that man, we got the blessings from two people in our life, man. Fathers.
Yeah.
Man, my dad watched the podcast, bro.
Oh, my dad watched the podcast.
I'm like, our dads messaged us. Your dad called you.
Yeah, what did he say?
My dad was just like, man, first of all, I never asked my dad to watch the podcast. Hold on, let me set this up.
back
Hold
it
on.
up a
Yeah,
little
let's
bit.
back it up. My dad is Dr. or Bishop Stan Rome. I am a PK like to the fullest. Like my dad been in the ministry since I was in diapers, bro. Reverend Roan. I remember Reverend Roan. I remember my dad being in the military, serving this country in intelligence, and then serving God at the same time. My dad was that guy that there is no gray area when it comes to the gospel. My dad was in church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know about that. I'm exaggerating, but church don't stop for my dad. God don't stop. I should say God don't stop for my dad. My dad is the epitome of somebody that serves Christ with the fullest of his heart, man. So
Yeah.
following in those footsteps, and my dad is my hero, man. My dad, I remember my dad picking me up when I was a kid and had forearms that looked like Popeye. He still got them old brick forearms, man. He had this thing he did with his knuckle. I don't know how you do this. I don't know how the heck my dad would Jedi mind trick us into the discipline of running into his knuckle when we did something wrong. He'd be like, hey, boy, run into it. And you be crying, shaking. Do I have run into it? Give you that look. Run into it. And then you stop, and then he meets you with that little
I'm gonna
thrust.
say
You try to run short, and that dude would be doom, doom. And man, that big old country knuckle with that blister on that joint, with that thick
country knuckle.
yeah, that big old thick ham hock finger, man. And that, I swear, man, it left a pothole in our foreheads when we was kids, man. And I was just, man, we would just run into it, man. But that was my dad, man.
Yeah.
This dude was like superhero to me. So, I always was like, man, how do I top Pops?
Yeah.
You know, I'm seeing my dad do the military, intelligence,
Yeah.
go to school all through these years, man. Climb the stairs, as you used the analogy last week, man. And my dad would rub elbows with people along the way that had way more than him, that was moving faster than him. But he'd be pushing the station wagon, the big van. You know, we get a new car every 5 or 10 years. You know what I mean? I was just like, but Pops would just keep serving, man.
Yeah.
Pops would keep serving. And then all of a sudden, I'm just watching Dad rubbing elbows with people, going in them rooms you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, my dad is my hero.
Yeah, man.
But what's amazing was my dad would get into these rooms and around these people and stay the same. And come out like they was just regular old Joe and Bill, bro. You not moved, not shaken by that. So doing this podcast and that man that my dad is, I never had that one thing that I was really passionate about that he could be proud of. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that he wasn't proud of me. He always told me he was proud of me. He loved what I was doing. Yeah. He was his biggest thing was that I love the Lord. That I gave my life to Christ.
Yeah.
When you got a PK, when you got a preacher for a dad, that's their main thing, bro.
Don't care about
you can flunk out of college 20 times. Do you know Jesus?
Yeah. That's right.
Do you know
that's
Jesus?
Right,
you know what I mean? It was just like, so I always wanted to have that one thing. This was that one thing. So I messaged my dad and my brothers, and I said, Dad, thanks for taking the stairs, because your message was so powerful about taking the stairs. I said, thank you for taking the stairs and showing us not to take the elevator through life. And I said, I just want to thank you for that. And my brother messages in the group chat and says, what's going on with the pod? And I added, so many things are just changing and growing with the pod. And I said, man, you just have to be there. But the stairs comes from this episode, and I sent it. Doing my job, working, I get a text, an hour later, I guess, and some change. And my dad goes, wow, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I just watched an hour and 20 minutes of the 2Gs podcast. And all I want to say is, don't stop. Don't stop.
Come on, man.
Do you know the oldest son, bro, got the blessing from the father, man? And I'm just like, I always
say that again. Don't walk over that, man.
Yeah.
Let's not just jump over that part right there.
Okay.
Say it again, man.
The oldest son got the blessing from the father, which I never thought meant so much to me until the day he typed it. And I told him, Dad, do you know what you just typed? Do you know what you just said meant to me? And I'm just like, I was like, this is that thing. He's like, don't stop. I'm silly, I'm clowning, I'm having fun, enjoying it. And I always wondered if it wasn't cool. Because you always, when you have a dad as a pastor or somebody in your family in the ministry, you kind of elevate them. Yeah. You may not say it, but Dad, I always elevated you.
Yeah.
It's just this thing. Your sons may not ever tell you, but you just elevate them, man.
Elevate it. Yeah, I agree with that.
And you grade yourself
based
on your dad.
Yeah.
You don't want to. It's just,
but that's just the way it is.
It's just the way it is. And I thought I would never measure up to what my dad did. Dad, do I become a pastor like my dad? I got to get in the ministry because Dad's doing it. I'm his oldest, and I don't want to let him down. There's things you carry.
Yeah.
My younger brothers, college, great jobs. What's up, Myron, Jeremy, Wayne?
What up?
They're all making 6 figures, doing great. And here's the oldest guy.
Come on, man.
Just winging through life.
Dude,
David, just trying to find it, man.
That just all went away, bro.
Yeah. And then Pop goes, I'm proud of you. Keep going. Don't stop. Dad, I love you. I ain't going to stop. The pedal is to the floor. We going 100 miles an hour and running.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. And then you. I know. I'm sorry, man. I can't. I know. I threw it on you real quick, but if you got something to say about that, you just say it.
Yeah, man. I might have to get emotional on this.
Yeah, man. That's all right, man. I was emotional when my dad sent me the text, man. I'm trying not to fall out and get slayed by the Holy Ghost.
I sent a text. My daughter sent the podcast home.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure for a response, to be honest. I wasn't
yeah.
sure. But yeah, it's my mom reached out the day I sent it.
Yeah.
She told me how proud she was, and it was awesome, man.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
Yeah.
But that night, that was the first night I didn't hear from my dad.
Right, I remember.
Dude, I got kind of, I mean, it kind of hit me, man.
You had that feeling like,
yeah,
I was
it's
talking
like,
about.
Did he not like it?
Yeah.
Did you start just coming up with all kind of crazy stuff?
Mhm.
And then the next day, I get up, do my regular morning routine, just going through my thing. But I'd be stupid. I mean, he'd be lying to you if I told you it didn't come to my head.
Yeah.
And then I got this phone call, bro.
Right.
I was on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was talking.
Yeah, actually, we were talking on the phone.
We were talking on the phone.
Yeah.
And I looked down, and what hit me, man, is it said dad's cell, which don't. Usually I would get mom's cell, and she said, your dad want to talk to you.
That's like the president call.
Yeah, it's like mom call. I said, my dad want to talk to you. But it said dad's cell.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, man. So I hit it, man, and I was like, hey, Dad. And it's funny, the phone was acting up at first. I was like, oh, man, this messed up.
Right.
And then he just told me, man, I saw the podcast, man. And he said, man, I am so proud of you. Dude, I'm about to choke up.
Wow. It's all right, man. I got tissue right here. I got tissue right here. This is real, 2 Gs.
Yeah. It was, dude, I just listened like a little 2-year-old.
Oh, man.
For like,
wow.
I don't know. It was about 15 minutes, man. I just listened.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, it was awesome, man.
Yeah.
He's that guy that, you don't always tell him.
Right.
But he was the one that, went to the plant, came home.
Yeah.
We would go to, my dad was we were into racehorses.
Right, right.
He would get off and put in more hours, helping out with owning, training, training racehorses, man.
Yeah.
Putting in time, but he was always, there was, when I was battling with, my dad always, he had a photography company. He had all these things,
right.
always making, ends meet and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's where it carried over.
Right.
I'm doing these things and I'm trying to start my own things. And then it gets to, you start going through life and you just, I remember my dad did this.
Yeah.
He included me with his photography company.
Right.
He included me as a young man.
Yeah.
And then the horse, the racetracks and the horses and just the things we did together, he did it. As you get older, you realize there was an impact to what he did.
Man.
It you find yourself going back to it.
Yeah.
And gleaning from those times, man.
Right.
To hear him just say he was proud.
Yeah, man.
Knowing that, you're your dad. You want him to be. Yeah. You want to prove or you want to carry on. I'm a Calvin.
Right.
He's a Cal. I want to carry. I want that name to mean something. Exactly. He poured into me. I wanted to go here.
Yeah.
And it was. I don't want to get super mushy, but it was.
Nah,
it was like
it's real.
It was real.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, Pops, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, Pops, we appreciate you, man. Take this tissue, man. Quit being soft over here, Detroit.
I lose my D card.
No, man. You earned that D card because it take a real G to cry, man. Look, man, this is what it's all about, man. Pops, I just want to thank you for being a part of this young man's life and making him the man that he is, because he's come into my life and definitely has just uplifted my whole persona and family, man. And it's just, soon as we had our first conversation on the phone, Cal and I, it was an hour and 30 minutes.
An hour and 30 minutes. Didn't even know you.
Didn't even know. And it's so funny, man, how God just brings people into your life. I'll never forget, the wife and I are chilling, having our little chill time. We're sipping on some wine. And my daughter keeps telling me, you got to meet this guy named Calvin. He runs this place I work, but he reminds me so much of you, Dad, so much of you. He said, you guys would just get along so well. And I'd be like, man, I don't need no more friends. I said, I don't need no more friends. I was just like, I'm good. She was like, no, Dad. She would come home for weeks telling me about this guy, telling me about you.
Yeah.
Lisa and I are sitting here drinking. I'm probably 2 glasses in, so I'm a little Cleveland sauced. And she hands me the phone, and hands Calvin the phone, and she's like, hold on, Dad.
Yeah.
And we just start, hey, man, what's up? And then boom, we were on the phone for an hour and 30 minutes. And I hung up the phone and I'm thinking to myself, something about this guy. And I knew, man, when you in tune, man, when you just in that spiritual element, I said, this ain't gonna be the last time I hear from this dude.
Yeah.
Jalen would come home. I tell Calvin to call you or text you. He's always asking me, man, what's your dad doing? What's he doing? And this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. And so she kept telling me, and I just sent him this text. I was like, look, man, if you're going to call me, call me. If you're going to send me a text, send me a text. I was like, quit joking around, man. Quit talking to Jalen about
That's
it.
exactly what he said.
Yeah, just hit me up, man. So, and then next thing I know, he calls me, and then boom, our friendship starts. And then we back and forth all day, you know, everything is in common. Just church, life, situations, where we're at in life, blah, blah, blah. And we just hit it off. And he was like, the podcast came up. And I was like, man, come on, let's get on here and do something. See what you got, man. And he killing it, Pops. He killing it. Your son is killing it. So I just want to thank you, man. Yeah, I just want to say, man, if you're a dad out there and, you know, our fathers, man, I appreciate you. We appreciate you, dads. We appreciate you. You know, it's a lot of things you don't understand until you get older, man.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a lot of things that you feel like you were missed out. You missed out on as a child, you know, because your dad is working hard.
Yeah.
Serving the Lord.
Yeah.
You feel like you're missing out. He's this way. He's mean. He don't get it. You know, my dad don't care. We know you loved us, but it was just like you didn't bow down to the sensitivity of things. You stayed the course, and you had to trust the process. You trusted God. You trusted the process. You had to have faith in what you were doing, and you showed us love when you could. And you know, as a kid, you're trying to like, man, what's going on? You know, these other kids are doing this, and Dad won't let me do this, man. And you know, he ain't here, and Dad ain't this, that, and other. And then when you become a dad, man, it's like
appreciate it.
You're like, oh.
Golly, man. Come on, man.
This is it, man.
You're rolling, bro.
This is it, man. I understand.
Yep.
And then there's the little things that our dads do and our moms do that we pick up on. Like you said, working hard, coming home, going to the other gig.
Yep.
I remember my dad coming home from the military, working at a jewelry store, working at some other places. You remember that, Dad? I remember you busting your ass. I'm sorry, you know, sorry. But I mean, I remember you busting your butt, man, to make ends meet for us, man. And man, you work ethic, love, man, discipline, man.
Never quitting.
Taking the stairs. And I just appreciate that, man. If you're a father out there, it's those little things like that. Just being around, doing those little things. It's not always about the Jordans. It's not always about the fresh gear. It's not always about the next hot iPhone. It's not always about the next tablet. It's about you being home, spending time with your family, and doing those little things. Walks in the parks, those conversations, throwing the ball, the frisbee outside. You know what I mean?
It's those little
things, man. Showing them how to tie their shoes, keep themselves clean and masculine, and you know, this is how you do this. This is how you do that. You know, shave here, wear cologne. This, you know, it's those little things, man.
Yeah.
And you just built those things in us, man. We appreciate it, man. I just appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, man.
I do. Good bringing that up. See, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We know that was going there.
No, we didn't know that was going there.
So I appreciate it.
I knew I wanted to give our dads a shout out.
Yeah, I definitely want to
do that. I wanted. That was a big thing for us. I think out of all of the comments and things like that, our fathers, especially for me,
for me too,
really blew me away, man. I was just like, man.
We both were. No, we literally called each other after the conversation.
Yeah.
I was still on the phone with my dad, and Mike's texting me, dude, how'd it go? You're killing me here. You ain't even reached. What's going on? I mean, it's like I'm thinking I'm still talking. But thanks, Dad. Love you. And
it was
thank
great.
You for all of it.
Yeah, it was great, man. It was just killer, man. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, that was tough, man. Yeah, you made it through that though, man. Oh, soft Detroit. He made it through. Nah, man, it was just, man. Oh gosh. Speaking of that, man, just men and being tough, man. Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard made. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if we should go there.
Oh yeah.
We should go.
We should go.
Yeah.
We ain't scared. We ain't scared.
Yeah, we ain't scared. Terrence Howard made a comment about the Diddy party, but it's clickbait. He didn't really say Diddy party.
Yeah.
He just talked about the parties that go on. So he made the comment like going into the rooms of these parties and losing yourself. Kind of what you were talking about on the last episode.
Yeah.
It's just funny how this stuff flows.
Yeah.
When I saw it, after we had done the episode and I saw that interview with Terrence Howard, I was like, we were just talking about this somewhere.
Yeah.
Terrence Howard was on Patrick Ben David talking about the parties in Hollywood or the Diddy parties, and the conversation kind of went. Phew. Even Patrick Ben David was like, "Whoa, I did not."
He folded his arms like,
yeah. He was like, "I did not plan to go that far. I didn't plan to go that far." Wow, you shocked me.
He looking at his engineers and why do we have this guy on the show?
yeah. So if you don't know Terrence Howard, he's a Hollywood actor, very great actor, man. Black gentleman, and he was just talking about going to those Diddy parties and the back rooms, and he was like, you got a decision to make when you go in those rooms.
Yeah.
And if you go in them rooms, you're going to lose something. And he was talking about men going in there into those quote unquote rooms and doing what they need to do. I love the term he used. He called it being fluid, meaning going with the flow to get what you want, man. And he said, when you do that in these certain rooms, you lose a piece of you, your masculinity. And he said, a man, all he has is his masculinity.
Yeah.
And it was like,
boom.
And we were just like, wow. I wasn't concerned about the Diddy parties. We all grown. We know what's going on in these parties. What really hit me, if you paid attention through the message, was he was talking about what you lose when you go in those rooms and sell yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You lose a piece of you.
Yeah.
I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because we just talked about it. And I'm going, yeah, but he nailed it as elegantly as you could possibly nail it.
Yeah.
And it is, and I know he was going a little deeper with the masculinity. And he was just, he wouldn't say it.
Yeah.
But Patrick, are we saying what you think? I think you're saying. He said, yes, I'm saying it.
Yeah. He said, I'm saying what I'm saying.
I'm saying what I'm saying. Like he didn't even want to deal with it, but it makes so much sense because he said, I think he said, guys are giver or
we're givers.
Yeah,
we're givers. We're procreators.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
And you literally just give up.
Yeah.
That, and you're never getting it back. And how people turn to drugs and alcohol, just trying to run from the fact that they lost it.
Yeah, they lost it.
And it makes so much sense from a spiritual sense.
Yes.
Everything is just, you literally gave up your manhood.
Yeah, your manhood.
And he talks about some women's situations that sell their body, give up their body for a role. And,
right.
And they never get over it.
Yeah.
And man, he was on point, man. You get in those rooms, man, and you get to taste I want to be like that. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? You get offered this.
Right.
This is how you get it.
Yeah, this is how you get it.
And you just finally say, okay, I want,
and
I want celebrity. I want whatever you're getting so bad that, but there's no coming back.
There's no coming back, bro.
There's no coming back when he was on point, man.
Yeah, there's no coming back from the choices in those rooms, man. It was just, when I thought about it, it made me think about not just in Hollywood, but in life. In life, we go through rooms or stages in life. So let's say we take those stages in life and we go through rooms. So it was just like he was saying, if you're gonna do to get this role for men, giving up their masculinity, we don't have to go in details. You can figure it out. He was like, you can't get it back. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
You either lose yourself in drugs, alcohol, this, that, and the other, in roles. You spend more money. You date more women. You have more wild relationships. And he was just like, you give a piece, an essence, and a spiritual part of yourself away.
Yes.
And the only thing that I can think about, the only way I think you can get that back is if God intervenes on that behalf, man. That's the only way.
That, man.
Now, here's the killer part about these rooms, man, that I was thinking about. I was like, in those situations of doing certain things, you lose a part of yourself.
Yep.
In everything. So it's like those decisions, those critical decisions you make, you have to be able to say, can I handle the judgment and the conviction from these decisions?
Yeah.
Is money really worth my peace? And a lot of people don't realize they're losing their peace, or they had peace until they've given themselves over to the thing that's going to destroy them, man. And the devil's this. I like to say the devil's in the details. He's sitting there waiting. I'll give you whatever you want, but I'm gonna take this from you.
Yeah.
And that's a very tough thing. I'll give a story. I'll give an example of a room that I was in that really bothered me. I remember when I was wilding out and partying. There was a room of just drug transactions. I was in the business of drug transactions. And I'll never forget, there was a check casting place that I worked next door to. And this man's name is David Rankin. Mr. Rankin, God bless you. I love you if you're still alive, man. I turned it around. And his son was very heavy on cocaine. And I was involved in that. And Mr. Rankin had a conversation with me. I go in there to cash my check one day. I was walking into this room. And Mr. Rankin was like, Michael, can I talk to you for a minute? I was like, yeah, sir. I was like, sure. And I'll never forget, he had a box of golf balls in his hand that people would bring him when they come in, they go out golfing.
Oh, okay.
And he ran a liquor store. So he supplied all the liquor for the clubs and the bars in the town that we were in. And I worked at a bar next to him, and we would go over there. And his son and me, Chris Rankin, God bless his soul, rest in peace, we hung out all the time. So Mr. Rankin asked me, he pulls me in the back, and we're leaning on some cases of beer. And he said, I lost a son to alcohol. I was in prison for DWIs. He just couldn't get over the whole alcohol thing. He said, I got another son I'm losing to drugs. And he said, somebody told me years ago that cocaine was better than sex. And he said, I love sex. I was like, wow. And he said, I didn't want anything that was better than sex. He said, I was scared. Wow. And I said, wow. He said, so, I did some research to find out what my son is doing and where is he getting it from. And he said, my friends on the police force gave me 4 names. He said, I looked at the names on this list and I couldn't believe one name that I saw. He said, I've had him over for dinner. He said, I've taken him out to dinner. I've cashed his checks. I've treated him like a son, given him rides here and there. And he said, I just couldn't believe this name I saw. And man, before he could get done, I was snot bubbling, tears running down my face. Dude. And I'm just like, Mr. Rankin, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was like, we just got in it to hang out. We just got in the thing to hang out and chase girls and get in that room and get that tail and be that cool guy and try to flip the script, man. I entered this room with this drug kingpin and was like, I watched him come into the bar and had all kind of women on him. And I was just like, man, I want to be that guy.
Lifestyle. You want that lifestyle.
I want that lifestyle. And he said, man, come on and hang out. And I hung out with that guy one night, and he gave me this white powder, and he said, hey, man, I don't do business with guns. He said, just sell it and bring me the money, and we good. And I was in that room, and I had a choice that day. And you guessed right. I took the choice of the white powder. So in that journey, he looked, and he said, man, and I told, in that journey, he had the 4 names. And I said, Mr. Rankin, I'm so sorry. I said, I've quit several times. I said, but what has happened is I kept selling because Chris was so involved in it, and he would throw these parties out on his ranch that other people would come, other dealers that didn't love Chris. Oh. And I was like, I got to give it to him because I could monitor it. So I'm justifying, like,
I finna say you're justifying the reason.
Right. I'm justifying monitoring these drug transactions to keep him from overdoing it. And I remember one night I ran out and this dude was there. He was like, I'm going to take all his money. He said, I'm going to make sure I have him turned out where I take everything. And I remember that conversation, and it scared me. And that's when I didn't get out.
Okay.
I said, if I can stay around,
gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like, but at the same time, here's the thing. I'm going to bed at night. God, please don't let anybody die on my stuff. Please don't let anybody expire on the drugs I get. I'm high as kites. High as 20 kites every night. Saying that. This is how good.
So you were praying for the people that you sold to not to die.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Dude, that's heavy.
Heavy.
Carrying that?
Bro, I ain't even think about it like that.
You carrying. I'm just thinking about it. That's like a drug dealer is walking around with just conviction.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
crazy,
enjoyed,
right?
You enjoyed the cash,
Yeah.
but at the same time you're going,
right.
Please don't die, Lord.
Yeah.
Do that.
It's
a lot
crazy
to carry, man.
Yeah. But I didn't even think about it at that time, because when you're first starting, it's fun.
Yeah, I got you.
Then I can't sleep because I'm so high. If I'm not asleep, they're not asleep. Let me leave the party. And then I lay down. God, please don't let anybody die on my supply. On my knees, bro, till I fall asleep. But it still didn't stop me. So then, back to the store. I'm having this conversation with Mr. Rankin. And I tell him that. And he goes, he's crying. He comes, oh my gosh, I could cry. I could see his face right now. He's crying and comes up to me. He said, I love you. He said, I love you and Jesus loves you. I'll never forget. When I tell you, people, if you were in hellfire, that means hellfire in your life, and you got warning signs like I'm about to tell you, pay attention. I don't know how many God gives you, but I know I had favor on my life that I can't explain. And I don't know if God was saving me for this day right here to run this podcast and have this guy over here and us to blow this thing up and make it do what it do.
Well, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
What role did Mr. Rankin play after that in your life? What does that? I mean, because dude, he just told you Jesus loves you.
Yeah, he just told me.
He's like, I love you.
That was it. It was. Here's the crazy part. There was no role after that. It was the biggest. The biggest role was his forgiveness.
That's what I was gonna say.
His role.
Dude, this is.
This guy told me. He said he hugged me. We're both crying. I mean, I'm like limp in his arms. This dude smaller than, and I'm sorry, because all that, bro. Do you know what I was, like you said, I was carrying so much. And he said, he opened his hand. Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yo, I'm past the goosebumps, bro. I'm in another.
Oh. He opens his hand and shows me the paper, and it's 4 names. Do-do-do-do, 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 Mike Rohn. And I'm sitting there like, wow. And he said, you know any of these names on this paper? And I said, yes, sir. He looked at me like Kurt Russell from Tombstone. He said, I want you to tell them when you see them, they better stop, because I'm bringing everything I got after them to get them, and I will take them down.
Whoa, bro.
And I was just like, yes, sir. And he took the paper and he crumbled it up. And he said, I love you. He said, you can do it. He said, get off this stuff. Stop it. Be there for Chris and love him, and don't give him another. He said, don't give him another thing of drugs. And I said, yes, sir. He reached in the box. I'll have to get this the next episode. I might even put it up back here. There's a Miami Dolphins golf ball. He said, for the rest of your life, you will remember this conversation. I don't need the damn golf ball. It's like it was yesterday. He said, you will remember this conversation that you and I had, that God and myself love you, and I've given you my forgiveness, and I want you to go and live your life. But this golf ball will remind you of this day. I got it another.
Oh, hold up, man.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
Okay.
No, hold up. He gave you a golf ball.
Yeah, those golf balls.
To remember this day.
Yeah.
Boy, that's like in the Old Testament when they would put the rocks together after a moment with God.
Wow, I never even thought about it like that.
Dude,
Dang.
so whenever anybody walked past there, this is where Jacob, blah blah.
Right. Jacob's well. And all.
Dude. He used a golf ball to symbolize him.
Wow.
And I'm done, man.
I'm serious, man. So he gave me this golf ball. God, this dude's funny. He gave me the golf ball, and that was it. I went, saw the guys. I told him, I was like, yo, man, you better chill. I said, his old man is coming to get him, coming to get you. He was like, man, I don't care. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I cleaned up my life somewhat. God is so good, man. God is so good. I cleaned up my life somewhat. I stopped selling to Chris, and it was really sad because what happened was me and Chris became distant. And it was because the drugs, he was so involved with the drugs. And I was just like, and I would try to hang out, go over there. We'd still, I drink a beer and stuff like that. But hey, man, come on, man. And it was funny. It was so sad because he would be like, Mike, you always had the best stuff. Bro, I used to hate hearing that. Mm-hmm. You had the best. That's what I was
the drugs were
associated with.
Yeah.
Him and all the other people. We were cool way before that. But once the drugs came in, it changed the whole dynamic of the relationship. Years later, Lisa and I think we were in this house. I think we moved in, or the current house we're in, we moved in our current house. I think we were there for a year, and I found out that Chris had passed away.
Oh, man.
So through a mutual friend on social media, she called me, she said, Chris passed away. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, he never could win the fight with the drugs.
Oh.
And so she gave me her dad's number. I mean, his dad's number. And I called him and I said, Mr. Rankin,
man, shut up.
I said, I don't know if you remember me. I said, I'm Mike Rohn. I used to work at Ernie's Sports Bar. And we had that conversation about the golf ball. And you told me about the drug. Oh, Michael. I remember you.
God, come on,
How you
man.
doing? I said, I'm good, Mr. Rankin. I said, I heard about Chris. He said, man, my son is in glory now. He ain't got to worry. Bro,
man,
okay. Oh, my gosh, bro.
All right.
Okay.
Hold up.
Okay.
Okay. You called this man.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't talk to him in the...
Not all these years. You can ask my... I've always talked about... Even my wife knows. I talked to Chris... off and on when I left Texas. I had to get out of Texas because of the whole drug thing. We would talk periodically, and I would tell. She knows the story. But anyway, go ahead.
No. Yeah.
I called it.
His son died.
Yep.
But his goal was to free you and his son.
Yep.
But
man, I know where you're going with you. The mess.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
His intention was to free. He wanted you to stop, so his son would go free.
Yep. But he knew myself and Chris were super tight, and he thought Chris would follow me. But he couldn't. He couldn't break it, man. But for the grace, oh my God. But for the grace of God, there go I.
That's what I was getting at, man. Grace. I mean, dude.
Yeah.
For this man to say that, man. See, I don't believe in circumstance or just things happen for a reason.
Right.
And this man, God used this man. I mean, I can't, okay, you know how I am with words, man.
Yeah.
You know how I am with words.
Right, yeah. You're a wordsmith.
Golf balls.
Yeah.
He gave you a golf ball to remember this moment. But
yes, sir.
My question, when I was asking, he had this conversation with you. Mm-hmm. Did he have this conversation with Chris?
Oh, man,
Did he, I mean, it stuck to you.
Oh, man.
Why didn't it stick to Chris? You know I'm a question guy, man. It stuck. What about the other ones, man? Did he meet everybody or just you?
I don't know. I don't know if he got everybody else. He just met with me.
That's all I'm trying to say. That's why I want to hear you say it.
Oh, wow. He just met with me. Dang.
Dude, you know,
he didn't have to call me, bro.
No.
He could have freaking snatched me up and dang.
Dude, he could have just picked you up and took you. because I'm thinking to myself, okay, he had to know his son. He had to know his son.
Yeah, he knew
I mean,
he was
just
on the
because you don't
sauce.
supply him.
Yeah. He knew.
He don't go somewhere else.
He knew. Yeah.
He saw maybe he saw something in Mike, man.
Dang, bro. I didn't even think about it like that.
He saw something in you, man.
He could have
he could have picked you up.
a white dude in Central Texas and a black man. Let's
You
just
gonna
keep
make
it
it. You
100.
gonna take it even deeper. There.
Yeah, I'm gonna take you. A black man in Texas,
Central Texas, selling a white man's son cocaine, and this dude, we hugging and crying in the back of his liquor store. And he giving me forgiveness, guys. Man, if only God. You just don't want the people say, oh, "Only God."
Yeah,
that's
this one of them.
This one of them situations, bro. It's one of them situations.
Oh my gosh, bro!
It's amazing how he brings certain people into your life. I mean, you a PK kid. You've been around it all the time.
Oh.
He took a guy who could have turned your life upside down.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. Upside down.
He just said it right. Instead of flipping it and turning you upside down, man, he just turned you left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Straight ahead, bro.
Wow. My rod and staff comfort. Wow.
Come on, man.
Wow.
Dude, man, that's big, man.
Dude,
you could break that down in all kind of ways, man.
No,
dude. You start with the white guy, black kid.
Yeah.
You could take that whole thing and he talked to you.
Man, he
could have got you and his son together.
Yeah.
Put y'all in the room together. Boy, look at it. Let's get this dude. Y'all I want both of y'all to make it. But you're going to have to stop this.
Wow. Dang, that's deep too.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think, did he think I could make it and not his son? That's why he didn't pull us both in?
I ain't want to say it. You said, I ain't want to say it, but
wow.
But I ain't, I thought, because when you called him after he passed, he remembered all of it.
Yeah. I called him. He answered the phone. He was like, "Hey, Mike, how you doing?" I said, "Sir, I'm married. I got 2 kids. Great job. Oh, my God, I'm so happy for you." He said, "Man, Jesus is taking care of you." He said, my Christopher is free, Mike. He struggled. He got help. He'd go to rehab. He said he just struggled, Mike. He said, but he ain't struggling.
He ain't struggling no more.
He said, my Christopher. Oh, Lord.
Come on, man. He ain't struggling no more.
He said, I was able to tell him about Jesus, but he just couldn't win this battle here, Mike. Oh, my God.
But you call and you tell him you got a wife, kid.
Dude.
You want to.
Oh, my gosh, bro. I shouldn't be here, bro.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be here.
But you are.
I shouldn't be here, Dad, but I'm here. You know that favor ain't fair.
You here.
You've always told me.
Shouldn't be here, but we're here.
PK kids, man.
Dude, that's...
Yeah.
Man.
If you a PK out there, man,
yeah,
you can turn it around.
Yeah.
We get hit hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you got anybody in the ministry in your family, if you're just a believer in general, you're going to catch some smoke.
You're going to catch some smoke.
But if you're a PK, you're going to catch some smoke. And if people think PK kids are perfect out there, you're wrong. We catch probably more smoke than you can imagine.
I guarantee you catch more smoke.
We catch smoke spiritually, then we catch smoke from y'all because y'all think we got to be perfect. And then we trying to fit in with y'all because you guys think we're squares. Man, I could go down this road all day long trying to fit in. Man, but it's okay.
Man, that's good story. Man, that was a good story. Bro.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm chew on that for a few days, bro.
Yeah.
I got to dissect that.
Yeah. So the room, it goes back to the room. You have a decision to make in the room.
Yes.
Even though I came out unscathed, I am eternally scarred by that decision in the room. I can't run from that.
Yeah.
That is a story I wish I could reverse. That is a story where I wish Chris could have came out with me. That is a story of embarrassment to me, to my family's name. You know, there's so many ways I could spin that. That's that part in the room that you don't get back when you lay down with the devil in the details. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We could say the spiritual thing, but for y'all that ain't spiritual, it's that devil in the room, them details. That, it looks good. It tastes good. You know, I can get this money. I can get this bag.
Yeah.
But, man, it's going to cost you something.
Yep.
It's going to cost you something.
It's going to, I was sitting here listening to you.
Yeah.
You know, this is two G's talking.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there just laughing inside.
Right.
When you saying this, and you know, I wish I could take it back.
Right.
And God just sitting there saying, I used it, bro. All that, man, I used that.
He used it.
He took that. Okay, I'm gonna use this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that. I mean, we all just clay, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
We on the potter's wheel, and we just get, okay, you had a boo-boo, I'll fix that.
Wow.
You know,
I had a what? A boo-boo?
You had a boo-boo. You hurt. Did he hurt you? Did she hurt you? Okay, I'll fix that. You just on the potter's wheel.
Oh my gosh.
And God just spinning you, and he sprinkle a little water on you, you know. Gotta keep it moist. Clay, gotta keep his clay moist.
Oh man.
He just you're in his hands all the time. He just molded. He just used that. You know what? Another potter would say, "Oh, this clay is
wow."
Clay. He's so good. He just take the clay and go, "Oh, I'm good. I fixed that right now."
Dang, bro.
He used it, man.
You cook it.
He used it, man.
You cook it.
Any defect, you thinking, man, I screwed up, man. Because I was sitting there, when Terrence Howard was talking, man.
Yeah.
I was like, you know, drugs don't fill the void.
No,
alcohol don't fill the void.
They don't, man.
Men don't fill the void.
No.
Only God can fill that void.
Only God can fill it, man.
Only God can fill it, but you're going to have to go all in.
Yeah.
You can't do a little Jesus again. You can't. You got to go all in.
You got to jump in the deep end, bro.
Because just like my grandma said, your vessel got holes.
Yeah.
Your vessel got this down bad. Your vessel got a big.
Yeah. You got a pothole, right? You got a Cleveland pothole right here, bro. Oh my god.
But yeah, man. You just dude, he used it. As long as you willing to stay on the wheel.
Oh.
As long as you don't jump off.
Don't jump off them stairs.
Because you ever see them old what you call those little National Geographics?
Yeah.
Where they always find the worst dude, look, no teeth. I always thought they find the worst guy in the whole village.
Oh my God.
And he's sitting there, man.
Yeah.
And I used to watch one of those episodes, man.
Right.
And it was just, I was like, wow. And I started turning a little, wow, we some clay.
Right.
But the guy just on the wheel. And dude, they pick up that, in school we had that square clay.
Yeah,
look all clean and nice.
Yeah,
when he started, dude, it had. I said, he got rocks in his clay and
cat
grass. But he grinning like
man.
he had found a masterpiece.
Right.
I said, man, that's how God is, man. He just pick you up where you at. And he said, man, that guy, he gives you a freaking Miami of all teams, a Miami Dolphin golf ball. You set it there and go.
Miami Dolphins, and they were sorry.
Remember that when you just look at that, and you'll remember our conversation.
I'll go back in them old boxes and look through stuff, and I see that golf ball, and I just,
man, yeah, he used all that, bro. It's just making this vessel that's changing people's lives right now. Just move that. Okay. You know, it's funny. I always thought, man, God, there's when I'm watching this video, I say,
right,
Lord, sometimes I would just not like to spin. Can you slow this spinning down? I'm just about to lose my mind right now. Yeah. It's just like it's just going.
Gosh. Yeah.
But you know what though, man? When my man was grinning,
right,
and you thinking, man, you're giving all this, man, the devil doing this to me. The old church is like, Lord, the devil.
Yeah.
And I look down, man. This is what I took from that whole National Graphic video.
What's that?
Dude, the person that was changing or adjusting the speed was the potter.
Oh, wow.
Not some outside source. That's a picture. Okay, God, I'm spinning this fast for a reason.
Yeah.
Or I'm spinning this slow for a reason. I'm just going to trust your foot is going.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Pedaling that joker,
he used that, bro. Don't carry that, man.
Yeah.
He used that.
Yeah, man.
Because the mic I know.
Yeah.
Shoot, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He used that.
That's why, man, I love what you said. You said a boo-boo.
A boo-boo, man.
Do you know what I just saw?
What's that?
I don't care how big the problem is, how destitute, how on the last leg you are on.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It don't mean it's a boo-boo to God.
Boo-boo.
It's a boo-boo. You on that wheel and God, let me get that boo-boo.
Yeah,
it's a Grand Canyon to us. It's catastrophic. It's nuclear. God go, let me fix that boo-boo. I love that, man.
You
Boo boo.
You know what I think when I think about God.
Yeah.
And you get boo boos and everything, and you mentioned you had to walk with scars. That scar, and I just thought about it. It's amazing how you take off your shirt and you see the scar.
Yeah.
But you already passed it.
Wow.
But he keep it there to remind you.
Ooh.
It's like your golf ball.
That's
It's like your golf ball. You could take that shirt off and go. I mean, you do it now when you do it, not spiritual scar. You do it with just, man, I remember that happened in football, bro. I was on 3rd and 10. And you got a whole story with the scar.
No, that's real. That's real.
That scar scar you saw, that was the whole story you just shared right there.
Dang, man. Yeah, man.
That was awesome.
Man. Oh, Mr. Rankin, I love you. I'm not sure if you're still living, but God bless you and thank you. I hope I have honored you. You told me on the phone. I'm so proud of you.
Yes.
That you're married, you're living your life, and you let that stuff go, man. So it's funny when you think about these things. Oh, man. Yeah. I just
think about when that man get to heaven.
Wow.
Think when he get to heaven, that story come up.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That man was obedient. He was being obedient. And he genuinely loved you, man. Just think when he get to heaven, man. That story, man, come on.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what I just thinking about? I can't think. I'm thinking about it. I'm just sitting there staring off into space. You just made me. I'm thinking about I desire sacrifice over mercy. Do you know how much mercy that man had on me, bro?
Oh man,
the mercy that he was just like. He told me. He said, "If you had not told me the truth, I would have came after you." He said, "That's the other thing." He said, I brought you back here to see what you would say." When
if you'd had some music, I'd
praise break, man. I remember him telling me that, and it was funny because as he was talking, the tears just started rolling. Now, when I sit back and look, at that situation in third person, I was like, the floodgates had opened. I carried so much. What I thought was fun and a good time ended up being a burden and a habit to me. And it's amazing. I don't know. This is why I do the pod, man, because like I said last week, my shame isn't my shame. It's my story to keep you from shame. I have no shame about it. I'm not proud of it. I'm scarred from that room. I carry it, but it's my story. I feel joy getting it out and sharing it. And I don't carry it. I remember it. And I think I keep it in order to share with someone that needs to hear it. I remember I was telling JC about it. And I know when sometimes I talk like this and I tell people, you're a Rome. You're a Jesus follower. You're BlaqueMozes. You're Big Mike. You're the nicest guy ever. Bro, I don't care how righteous you are, how much God you think you got, how much holy you got, how much scriptures you got in your Rolodex. When it's time for you to get tested, Job was the man, and that joker got rocked. I'm telling you, you will have a day in your life or multiple days where you will enter a room and you have to make a decision. I still have rooms to enter and still have to make decisions. Will I be perfect in every one? No. But I know what I know now. I can move into those rooms with a little bit more wisdom and a lot more God to help me get through them. I don't expect to be perfect, but that's why he did what he did. That's why I don't care what anybody else say. You got Buddha, whoever, Muhammad, no disrespect. I know what the blood of Jesus did on my life. I have interaction with the unseen, invisible God, the wind that blows on all of us, the rain that falls on the just and the unjust, the sunlight, all that. I know what he did for me. It wasn't, I don't mean no disrespect to all these other entities. I don't mean no, I'm telling you what I know. You will not be fixed until you have an intersection at the crossroads with the Almighty. But until then, I pray that God's favor stays on you and that he chooses you. We don't choose him. That he chooses you and that you are receptive enough in your ears to hear him calling you. It's not the Cadillac. It's the Pinto. It's not the Bentley. It's the Chevrolet.
None of that.
It's not the mansion. It's the wood shack. That's what you have to be listening for. But I don't know. Sorry. I got
Nah. Come on,
I'm sorry.
dude. No.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, wait, where's that? Boom!
No, that's your sound effect. I don't even know if I got a sound effect yet, man.
It's gonna be
not that.
It's
all about you. I don't need
Black.
a
It's
sound.
gonna be BalqueMozes.
Yeah. That's BalqueMozes. That was a little BalqueMozes, man. That was a little Stan Wrong.
dude,
that was a little all that.
He
But,
chose you.
yeah, man.
Come to think of it, you use that word. That's
What's
what I like
that?
about God, man.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
You always have a choice, and you got to make the right. That man, Mr. Rankin,
Yeah.
gave you a choice.
He gave me a choice, bro.
God always gives you a choice,
A way out.
a way out, bro. You. I mean, the other people, man, I ain't stopping. You know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be hard or whatever. He
Yeah.
gave you a choice,
Yeah.
and you went the right way.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
it's been a whole cycle again, or all
Yeah.
over. But yeah, man. God chooses you.
Wow. And I'm doing this for you too, Chris. Rest in heaven. I'll see you one day.
Wow, dude, that's powerful, man.
I'm gonna do this for you, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for all
you
the
go.
Chris Rankins out there, all the Mike
There you go.
Rounds, all those
There
past
you go, man.
us, all those old us,
Yep. There you go.
all those old us. And don't think we don't struggle. Don't think I hadn't had those days where, man, if I could just get back in the game one time and hit a lick. Oh yeah, that stuff real now.
Yeah.
You don't lose those
Keep
things.
it
You
real,
just
man.
you know how to laugh. Like I said, like we said on the last episode, you learn how to navigate through the system. You don't break the system. We didn't break it. You learn how to navigate through it.
Oh, that's good, man.
Yeah, man. It's just
I like what you said about the next time when you walk in these rooms, you walk in with that wisdom
yeah,
and God with you. That's it, man. That wisdom.
yeah, bro. Yeah,
It's a lot of rooms.
yeah. You go in there, you go, oh, this looks familiar. This smells familiar.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I've been here before.
Yeah.
That's how it works, man. God. Oh man, some of y'all don't want to hear this. I don't want to. Sometimes God will put you in a room.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Got to put you there.
Sometimes God will put you in a room. Now what you got to say about that, holy roller, super Christian? Let me stop.
That's the devil.
Yeah. He'll
Yeah,
put
he'll
you
put
in
you
a
in a
room.
room.
See what you're working with.
Yep.
See if he can move you to the next room or the next step. See, we always think the devil made me do it.
Yep.
Sometimes God be like, let me see if my son ready.
Yeah. Let me see if he's growing. Let me see how much how much he retained. How much he, did he learn the lesson he's supposed to learn?
Right.
Oh, yes, we stand at this step another. Yes, this step ain't,
We going around Sinai
this
again.
room, we're going to look familiar for a while. But yeah. He tests you. I mean,
Oh man.
when you some rooms you get in, man.
Yeah.
And it's like he throws 3 or 4 distractions.
Yeah.
And you just grin and going, nope,
Yeah.
nope,
Yep.
nope. I said, I'm not faulting. You smell, like you said, you smell something about your smell, your look.
You smell it,
Yeah,
man.
you just like,
Oh man, you smell it.
I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Man.
You see, you can smell it.
Oh my gosh,
Just look
dude.
the same. And it's amazing how
Yeah.
those distractions,
Yeah.
you know how you tell them apart?
How?
The distractions, man, is I would use. I'm going to get off preachers right now.
Yeah.
Let me give another example. I'm trying to get canceled.
We can't get canceled.
I'm gonna say like, okay, here you go.
Okay.
Say you meet these people, or they successful, or whatever they
Right,
do.
right.
They got big churches, they got big ministries,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
big business. You start hanging around them, man, and you
Yeah.
realize their character don't match the level of success they're walking in,
Wow.
or their character doesn't match who they say or what they're presenting that they're doing.
Right,
There's no
right.
character,
Right.
and you start questioning right there. And they're like, oh
You're like, oh,
man, he must take
Yeah.
the elevator.
yeah. Did he take the elevator?
It's like when you talk to people, man. You talk to people, man.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy to ask questions, man.
Right.
Not trying to be a jerk about it. the real people that, that's really got, it's like when you ask them a question like, Mr. J.
Right.
I know you've accomplished A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
I'm here, sir. Can you give me any advice on how to get from A to B? If they can't give it to you,
right,
they ain't walk it.
Oh.
I mean, they want to talk about, I got this Bentley outside, or they want to tell you where they are now.
Yeah. But
the real G's say, this is what I did to get from A to B.
Yeah.
In detail. Hi, sir, I got a ministry of 50 people. I'm trying to get to 150.
Right.
Any advice you can give me? Well, when I was at 100, this is why I do this. Yeah. I don't want to hear where you are now.
Yeah.
Because the person you are today
that's
ain't
astronomical to me.
I want you, when you in the trenches.
Yeah.
What tell me that kind of person. What did you do in the trenches? Dude, you up here. I'm trying to get, that's how you tell them apart, man.
Yeah.
The character.
What's this Bentley going to do for me in this trench?
Dude, I'm down here. My Bentley, it don't run in the mud, bro. I'm down here in the mud.
I don't have gas money. That thing on premium. You know what I'm saying? Oil change $500, man. Man, I need a ladder to get out of this freaking thing, man.
The ones that do, man, I just like that's that because when they come, they throwing it at you.
Yeah.
I said, okay, that's that distraction.
Oh my God.
That's to get me focused on the money and the riches. And now I'm gonna follow this man, and he really just after a while, I'm doing like, he said do this. All of a sudden, he gonna hand you hey man, buy my course, bro.
Right.
Join my A to Z ministry course. And you're gonna be like, bruh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious, man.
Yeah. I mean, we can go on about the rooms. Everybody been in rooms, man. It don't even have to be a room. It can be, you can meet in a meetup group. You can meet at a coffee shop. You can meet one-on-one.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the room.
It ain't necessarily four walls. I can have a cup of coffee with a person and realize that this bro trying to take me down the road. I ain't not ready to go. Or here's the funny ones. You sitting there and you supposed to, hey, this guy, he's supposed to meet up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about ABC. And you get there, it's a female.
Oh.
Set up.
Boom.
Set up. Oh yeah. He sent me in his place. I
read this book before.
He sent me in his place.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
Nah, bro.
I'm straight.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm his assistant.
Yeah.
I didn't meet him. I didn't meet you. I met him. I didn't meet your assistant. Mr. or Mrs. Assistant.
Yeah, Mr. Miss. Yeah, bro.
I just think that's real funny. Man.
Yeah.
And you find them all over.
You saw that smoke. Yeah, man.
Character, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, man.
Character.
Thank you, Mr. Rakin. Thank you, Texas. That was another part of my life. I had to move. Texas. And change the environment, man. Sometimes you got to move and change the environment to get your success, man. That's another story. Man,
you got to move, change the environment.
Change the environment. I want to, let me shout out to Mona Lisa real quick. Sometimes Mona Lisa, if y'all don't know Mona Lisa, she's been on the pod. You know Mona Lisa. Sometimes you got to change your environment to get the success that you deserve.
Yep.
Got to call you out. Yo, be different. And sometimes when you make those moves, the ones that love you, that hold on to you, that you're dear to them, feel like you left them. Some of y'all know where I'm talking about.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to leave to find the better you. And a lot of times we don't know we're doing that. We just know we're called to go. Something is saying leave.
Yep.
And sometimes when you leave, you're going to leave someone's behind that may feel left out.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. When you become that person that God wants you to be, or that successful person that you are, and you go back home.
Come on.
Your home don't love you. They don't receive you. Oh, I'm feeling, Lord, I'm sorry. Okay, let me clean this up. Don't mean that your home don't love you. You're different.
Yeah.
You don't look the same. You don't smell the same. You don't talk the same. Your love is something that's unrecognizable. You are different. You are a beacon of hope that has never been seen. So when you're home, just like Jesus went back, it says his people didn't receive him. They couldn't stand him. It's like, what good comes out of Nazareth? Who is this? Who comes out of Reading, Pennsylvania? Who comes out of Cleveland, Ohio? Who comes out of Detroit? Who comes out of Timbuktu? Sometimes you have to leave. Sometimes you have to leave your place to grow and be who you need to be. But let me tell you about those people that leave and come back. They the same person. They just stronger, taller, faster, smarter, more intelligent. All that. They operating on squared status, 3 squared, 10 times squared. I don't even know if that's a thing, but you're just going back. So I just want to gloat on Mona Lisa a little bit. Her brother was sick, man. God bless him. What's up, Glenn? I hope you're doing better. We love you.
Yeah,
Her brother was sick, man. He's a hard-working cat. Kind of like my grandfather and your dad. Old truck mechanic, dirty nails, didn't have the best of everything, wasn't super fly. He worked hard, bones breaking, hands aching, arthritis, all that stuff of a hard-working blue-collar man.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you work in that environment, you don't feel like everybody else. You don't have the best of everything. You don't have the nice suit. You don't drive the nice car. You ain't getting all the fly women. You don't have the nicest pad. So when somebody in your family leaves and grows and comes back and looks like a diamond and you feel like a piece of coal, there can be some friction in there.
Yeah.
Does she love me? That's my sister, or that's my best friend, or that's my mom and that's my brother. They look different, but I feel like I'm the same. Are they looking down on me because I didn't do what they did?
You doing it, man.
Do I smell funny to them because they smell great to me and I don't have what they have?
Man.
And so Big Brother was in the hospital and had back surgery and just near death, man. And Glenn, I'm so glad you're back. And God has brought you back because I've been praying for you, bro. We've been praying for you. We don't come home a lot, but I pray for you. I pray for your family. I pray for Mama Shirley, all my family up there. I want y'all to know, just because we down here and it look like we may be something that you can't attain, no, you can attain it.
Yeah.
Because we family. You got it. If I got it, you got it. It's just we doing a thing over here. We making a name for ourselves, for God, and doing what he wants us to do. But sis went up there. Mona Lisa went up there and saw her brother. And he's in the hospital. And Mona Lisa, Shirley, which is my mother-in-law. I call her my mom. And my sister Kathy. What up, Kat? Freaking Brainiac. Freaking Doctor Strange, freaking Magneto from the X-Men. Her brain is like, I can't even explain her brain. Yeah, you smart. You smart. I'm going to throw you your flowers. You smart. You quirky as a mug, but you smart as hell. I'm like, you the nurse, the doctor I always want on my side. They go up there and they say, we going to go up there and take care of Big Brother.
Big Brother.
Sis bathes him. Mom cuts his hair, shaves him.
Come on.
Gets them right. Because, in the hospital, they can kind of leave. See, here's the thing about family, man. Be good to your family. Don't treat family bad. Because when you're in that hospital on your last leg,
they fill the gap, baby.
They fill the gap. They're going to come in there and bathe you, take care of you, make sure they treating you right, make sure you're getting your medicines and all that. But the 3 women go and take care of Big Brother. And my Mona Lisa, my Mona, takes Big Brother's socks off. Brings the water up, puts his feet in the soapy water, washes his feet, cleans them, clips his toenails, gives him a foot rub, and just pampers her Big Brother. So Big Brother's looking around, and baby sis that flew like an eagle, soaring high, is at the lowest point underneath his feet. Bathing him, getting the dirt off, clipping his hose. Woo, Lord, I feel you on. Clipping his toenails and rubbing his feet and moisturizing him. He's just looking down. My baby sister, this eagle, is at my feet. The worst place that you could be on my body.
The lowest point.
The lowest point. and she's pampering me. And Mona said, Glenn said to her, I've never had a foot rub in my life. Oh, my God. People, no matter how high God take you to fly, you better be able to get on your hands and knees and serve.
Exactly.
With a capital S. To this day,
come on,
Brother Glenn tells Shirley about a foot rub. Who would have thought, 20-something years gone,
changed his life,
that a foot rub changed this man's life and the perspective of how valuable he is. Glenn, you're an eagle just like Mona Lisa. You fly, whoo, bro. You flying high, bro. I don't care what you ever thought about yourself. I seen you raise them kids. I seen you come down here and take them down to NASCAR events. We'll talk about that one day. I know that's your thing. I seen you give the shirt off your back for your family. But I just want to give you some love, Glenn, and tell you an eagle too. And Mona Lisa, keep on flying, baby. That's all I got. Woo. That's all I got, Cal.
Dude,
sorry.
That's a story, man. Come on, you.
I'm sorry,
man. Let me tell you, he flowing to that. if you not receiving any of this, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. You could keep trying to run from that, but this right here.
Oh man!
And I had a chance to hear this story, and it was chills back then. But I just think, okay, just think about it. Mm-hmm. His perspective will change.
Right.
Some people just say, oh, he received the deed. People, I received that.
Right.
But when your perspective is changed, that's life changing.
Wow.
Because I don't care what he do. When he put on his shoes, it's going to build him up.
Wow.
When he take a bath, anytime he look at his feet, it's going to always take him back because his perspective has been shifted.
Dang, bro.
It's internal. Now, people say, oh, this. But if you just constantly telling yourself, your perspective of it hasn't changed. Like people that I know who overcome failures,
right.
They change their perspective. They don't see failure as failure. So when your perspective changes, that's life changing. I don't care what it is.
Wow.
Change your story. She walked into a hospital room and changed a story.
Dang, bro.
On one action.
On what? One action, bro.
One action.
Dang.
Because she could have spoke something and said, I love you. And I've always loved you.
Yeah.
Nothing. It just would have been, he would have said, yeah.
Wow.
When you put action behind something, it speaks far greater than words. She could have said anything in the world. It wouldn't have mattered. But the fact that she rubbed his feet, did his toenail, changed his whole perspective of how he looked at his sister. When all along he was the eagle.
Dang. Ooh.
He was the eagle.
He was the eagle, bro.
Nah.
Oh.
He didn't see himself as an eagle. Because an eagle did this for me. Changed his perspective. Watch his life, man.
Wow.
Watch his life. Watch. I mean, and here's the thing about it though. When you perform an action, like that, where you're obviously serving,
right.
When people perceive you as this, and you're saying no matter how this is, I'm still here on love,
right.
They weren't the only ones in the room, was they?
No.
Wait on the testimony from the other ones.
This guy is 60 cal wild, bro.
Lisa flew back
from
Pennsylvania, but that story didn't leave.
Dang. Wow, bro.
Dude, I was just saying.
Wow.
The people who are game changers and world changers are people and women and men of action. Dude. Put your action behind. I can tell people all day.
Yeah, all day.
But if I do it, you can't change what I've done.
No.
You can ignore what I said, but you can't change what I've done.
No, bro. That's the miracle.
Because, like I said, perspective change.
Perspective, bro.
Change your perspective.
That's good,
Change
man.
people's
Dang,
perspective.
man. That's, oh, my gosh. Yeah, man. Yeah. And I don't know where that came from, man. I was just thinking about,
man.
just people. Yeah. Some people are scared to move into success. Some people are scared to move into success. Sometimes you have to move, and sometimes God will move you, and you don't even know why you're moving because He need to get you there.
Yeah, you need to get there.
You need to get there.
He needs you there.
Yeah.
It's success.
It's
See,
crazy.
It's funny. A gentleman once told me that, Calvin, you want to reach it? Stop complaining.
Ooh.
Quit complaining.
Quit complaining.
Quit complaining about whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because if you do, you're never going to walk into it.
Right.
Because you're going to find a complaint or reason not to.
Yeah.
Because success, the first early steps is dark.
Mm.
And people don't want to go.
Yeah. People don't want to go.
Because they worried about, man, what my friends going to think.
Yeah.
I can't post this on Facebook. I don't want everybody to know. I don't want nobody to take a picture of me trying to sit here sewing this stuff up.
Yeah.
They worried about what people going to say and do.
Yeah.
And they don't want to battle it. They don't want to deal with it.
Mm.
But I tell you, we run out of time.
No, you good.
But let me tell you, when you talked about rooms,
and
we keep saying get in the room, step in the room.
Right.
The room, if you do it right, will give you all that you need to keep stepping.
Ooh.
Get around. When you can get around, when you can be in the presence of people who have achieved what you're trying to achieve,
right?
Get in a room of winners, get in a room of doers, get in a room, just get in that atmosphere because you can't change. You brought it up. Change your atmosphere.
Yeah.
You can't change the people you're surrounded. You can't change that person.
Yeah.
You can't, but you can change the people you're around.
Ooh.
Get around people who just striving and trying to do what they just going. Be around that dude. It'll motivate you to take that. You don't want, if you're in this room with these people, and they saying, man, we're gonna take this, we're gonna do this on Thursday.
Right.
It's amazing how once you in there, you go, I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I'm gonna go with you.
I want to be a part.
I want to be a part of that. I want to be. I can't let them all leave. I made friends with all these people.
Yeah.
The room is where you make contacts.
Yeah.
That's where you meet friends.
Yeah.
That's where you build relationships.
Yeah.
That's where you build. You're gonna meet people. You can be like, this guy's cool. This guy's dude. And then you're gonna build the relationships. And then you're gonna have people to call, or they're gonna reach out to you.
Yeah.
That's what gets you going into those steps of success, because they're in the same boat.
Wow.
So I tell people, if you're struggling, doing something, who's your circle?
Yeah. Who's your circle?
Is anybody in your circle pushing you? Anybody encouraging you? Anybody saying, hey, you need to do this?
Do it.
And I always have those people around me that just, sometimes I can't stand them.
Yeah. Pushers.
That pushers of the world. That person was that guy that just, he always pushed me.
Yeah.
But he also had stories. See, every great winner comes with a story. The achievers come with stories. This and they're not afraid to share their failures, their hurts, their pains. Right. This man, I respected all he accomplished through Charlotte. You know what our conversation was about?
What?
Man, I remember days when I couldn't sleep. I was crying all night. I didn't think I was going to make payroll.
Wow.
So when I'm sitting there worried,
Yeah.
That story comes back to me.
Yeah.
Man, that person, his days, he didn't know how he was going to make payroll. Now, his company, one of the largest insurance, you know what I'm saying?
Man, that's awesome.
Get around those kind of people.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And same thing, you want a bigger church? Get around pastors.
Yeah.
You know, just get around people. You want a brokerage?
Yeah.
Be around people that got brokerages.
Yeah.
You want to be, you want to be want to get your redo your life, get musicians out there want to take it, get around them.
Get around them, bro. Get around them. Get around. You gotta network. You gotta get in them rooms.
Got to get in the rooms.
You gotta get in them rooms. You gotta move. You gotta get out the way.
Move. Oh my God.
Yeah, move. Get out the way. Ludicrous. Yeah,
move. I almost said the other part.
Yeah. That's all right. We two G's, man. We
just two G's.
Just two G's.
I ain't never said I ain't over holy.
Yeah.
God ain't done with me yet.
Yeah. Yeah, like Steve Harvey said, God ain't done with me yet. Yeah.
Still working on me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we appreciate you guys listening, man. I appreciate you, man.
No, dude.
Yeah, you killed it, man.
No, dude.
Oh, my God.
Man, let me tell you something.
What's up?
Now,
what?
Man, you you're going to have to send me this. Dude, I want to hear this all. I want to go back to the stories. Dude, I'm finna, man.
Oh, man.
Y'all don't know, man. We have conversations.
Oh, man.
Our podcast could be conversations.
Yeah, our phone calls could be podcasts, right?
Yeah. What I say, phone? Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah,
I love you, man. I appreciate you, man.
I love you too, man.
Dude, you fire, boy.
Oh, bro, I appreciate that. I don't know. Dude. I told you, man, we had to get in here. It was just
from
that last episode, man. I was just like, man, we got to keep going, man. I feel it.
Just carrying over.
I feel it, man. I was just like, God, just that cloud just sitting on us, bro. It's just, we had to move, man.
But we appreciate you.
Yeah, we appreciate you, man.
Show us love, man. Show my boy some love, man.
Follow us
on
Instagram.
On fire today. Dude, come on, man.
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We got some things in the work, man. We got a promo team cooking up some things for us, man. We very thankful. Shout out to JC and Jasmine. Shout out to Jordan, J. Roan. Shout out to Sandy, Mona Lisa,
Boo-Boo
Big
Queen.
E, Little Cal, man. That's the whole 2G's
baby.
posse, man. We just doing our thing, man. We sticking and moving, man. We hope you enjoyed. Hey, make sure you like, share, subscribe,
all that good
those
stuff.
Follows, man.
Show us some love, baby. Show us
some
love.
Man. You can reach us at just 2Gs, JUS, the number 2 GS at gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Cal, what you got, man? Take us out of here, bro.
Hey, man. First of all,
I
want to just go back one bit.
Okay.
Thank the pops again.
Yeah.
Thank the family for supporting us.
Yeah.
And man, I just like I said, we got stuff in the mix, man. You got two guys super excited.
Yeah.
And you guys fuel that excitement, man.
Yeah.
So like I said, comment. Yeah. Let us know if it's something you want to hear or discuss in the future.
Absolutely.
But let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
All that stuff helps us, man.
Send questions. That's a great idea.
Man. Send questions.
Send topics. We'll talk about anything. It's 2Gs for a reason. It ain't Episcopalian on 23rd Street on Trade and Tryon Holiness Church. Nah. And I love y'all. Dad, you know I'm clowning. It's 2Gs for a reason so we can have G conversations.
Yes,
man. Absolutely.
No topic was scared. We ain't scared.
We ain't scared.
No, but I'm good. I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Peace out.
Yeah.
See you next time, man.
We out. Peace.
Look, it's a new wave. Before I touch earth, God had my plan paved. Don't let me get in the spirit, them demons getting slayed. If you live by the sword, you dying by the blade. Always stay one move ahead, never can be played.